2. That is the only number you need to understand about the future of Apple's most important laptop, and it has nothing to do with a sequel. It is the generation you should be watching. It is the memory floor that finally breaks the biggest compromise of the entire MacBook Neo lineup. It is the number that, on paper, sounds like a small step, and in reality, signals a complete repositioning of what an affordable Mac is allowed to be. Because the original MacBook Neo arrived earlier this year, and in a matter of months, it quietly did something that almost no budget product from Apple has ever managed to do. It became a genuine phenomenon. It became the laptop that casual buyers recommended to each other, the machine that students actually wanted, the device that made reviewers stop and reconsider what a sub-$600 Mac should look like. And now, according to the most reliable supply chain reporters in the industry, Apple is already working on what comes next. A second-generation MacBook Neo, a machine powered by the same chip that will sit inside the flagship iPhone, a machine that closes the RAM gap that held the original back, a machine that is expected to bring Apple's most advanced on-device artificial intelligence to the cheapest laptop the company has ever made. If you have been on the fence about buying a MacBook Neo, or if you already own one and you're wondering whether an upgrade is coming, this is the breakdown you've been waiting for. Because we're about to walk through every single confirmed leak, every verified spec, every insider report, and every hidden detail about the MacBook Neo 2. From a new silicon that changes everything, to the memory upgrade that makes it viable, to the AI features that could make this the smartest budget laptop ever created, to the exact release window the most trusted sources in the industry are pointing toward. The deeper you look into the supply chain reports, the more it becomes clear that Apple isn't just iterating on a budget laptop. They are architecting an entirely new tier of computing, and the MacBook Neo 2 is the second step in that plan. Let me start with the context, because you cannot understand why the MacBook Neo 2 matters until you understand what the original managed to accomplish. Apple introduced the MacBook Neo back in March of 2026, and from the very first announcement, it was a statement. A 13-inch laptop powered by the A19 Pro chip, the exact same silicon that runs inside the iPhone 16 Pro, wrapped in a chassis that started at just $599 in the United States. Think about what that means. Apple took the processor that powers a flagship phone, put it inside a real laptop, and priced it at less than the starting price of most of their own premium laptops by a wide margin. It was a value proposition that the industry had not seen from Cupertino in years, and the response was immediate. The MacBook Neo sold out in waves. It dominated budget laptop conversations on forums and social media. It became the device that reviewers praised not with the usual caveats of a budget product, but with genuine enthusiasm. And it quietly established a brand new product category that Apple had not really competed in for a long time: the truly affordable, genuinely capable everyday computer. The Neo proved that there was enormous demand for a Mac that did not force you to spend $1,000 or more. But it was not a perfect machine. Far from it. The original MacBook Neo shipped with just 8 GB of RAM, which was its single most criticized compromise in an otherwise impressive package. It used a 60 Hz display. Its keyboard was not backlit. And its A18 Pro chip, while excellent for everyday work, was already a generation behind the newest Apple silicon by the time the laptop hit the market. None of those limitations stopped the Neo from being a success, but they did define the ceiling of what it could do. And the MacBook Neo 2, based on everything we know so far, exists specifically to raise that ceiling. The single most important piece of the puzzle is the chip, because the MacBook Neo 2 is expected to be powered by the A19 Pro. This is not speculation from anonymous rumor accounts. This comes directly from Bloomberg, which is widely considered the most reliable source in the entire Apple supply chain ecosystem. According to their reporting, Apple is working on a next-generation MacBook Neo powered by the A19 Pro chip. Now, to understand why that matters, you have to understand what the A19 Pro actually is. This is the silicon that is being used in the flagship iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone Air. This is Apple's newest, most advanced mobile chip, and the fact that it is expected to land inside a budget laptop is remarkable. In performance terms, The jump is significant. Leaked benchmark projections suggest the A19 Pro is roughly 10 to 15% faster than the A18 Pro in both single-core and multi-core CPU tests. That alone would be a solid generational upgrade. But the real story is the graphics. The A19 Pro is projected to deliver up to a 40% boost in GPU performance compared to the A18 Pro. 40%. That is not an incremental improvement. That is a massive generational leap in graphical capability. And the reason for that dramatic jump is genuinely fascinating. Every GPU core inside the A19 Pro comes with neural accelerators built directly into it. This is a fundamental architectural change in how Apple designs silicon. The graphics processor is no longer just a graphics processor. It is an AI engine, a graphics engine, and a compute engine all fused into a single unified architecture. This isn't just a minor increase in speed. It is a complete rethink of what the chip is capable of doing, and it has enormous implications for a machine like the MacBook Neo. But here's where the details get even more interesting, because Apple is not simply going to drop the exact same A19 Pro chip into the Neo. According to reporter Tim Culpin, who has an excellent track record in the Apple supply chain space, Apple will likely use a binned version of the A19 Pro in the MacBook Neo. A binned chip, in case you're not familiar with the term, is a chip that has been configured with some cores disabled to meet a specific power budget, a specific price point, or a specific thermal envelope. In this case, while the A19 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro features a 6-core GPU, the version expected inside the MacBook Neo would likely feature a 5-core GPU. That single disabled core means the Neo 2 will not quite match the raw graphical power of the flagship iPhone, but also means Apple can hit a much more aggressive price point while still delivering the overwhelming majority of the A19 Pro's capability. And here is the thing. Even with one core disabled, a 5-core A19 Pro is still expected to be dramatically faster than the A18 Pro that powers the current Neo, especially in graphics and AI workloads. So the trade-off is a smart one. You lose a marginal amount of peak performance in exchange for keeping the price where it needs to be, and you still get an enormous upgrade over the original. This is Apple doing exactly what they do best, engineering a chip bin that perfectly matches the product tier it is going into. The second major upgrade is memory, and this is the one that is going to matter most to real-world buyers. The original MacBook Neo shipped with 8 gigabytes of RAM, and that was its biggest weakness. It was fine for light browsing, fine for documents, fine for streaming. But the moment you pushed it with multiple applications, many browser tabs, or anything even moderately demanding, you could feel the constraint. The rest of Apple's Mac lineup has been shipping with 16 gigabytes of RAM for a while now, and the 8 gigabytes in the Neo was a clear compromise to hit that aggressive $599 price. The MacBook Neo 2 is not going to jump all the way to 16 gigabytes, but it is expected to move to 12 gigabytes of RAM, and that upgrade is enabled directly by the A19 Pro chip. Think about what that means in practice. 12 gigabytes is not just a 25% increase over 8. It is the threshold that unlocks a much wider range of professional and creative workloads. It means you can comfortably run heavier applications. It means you can edit video without the system choking. It means you can run multiple creative tools side by side. And crucially, it means the MacBook Neo 2 becomes a genuinely viable machine for a much broader audience than the original. This isn't just a minor memory bump. It is the difference between a device that is clearly an entry-level product and a device that can honestly handle real work. For anyone who held off on the original Neo, specifically because of the 8 gigabyte limitation, this is the upgrade you have been waiting for. And that Mori upgrade is directly connected to the third major story, artificial intelligence. The combination of the A19 Pro chip and 12 gigabytes of RAM is expected to unlock support for Apple's more powerful on-device AI model, the one that was announced at this year's Worldwide Developers Conference. This is a big deal, and here's why. The current MacBook Neo does not support this advanced AI model because of its A18 Pro chip and its 8 gigabytes of RAM. It simply does not have the neural horsepower or the memory capacity to run it. The MacBook Neo 2, on the other hand, is expected to be fully capable of running it, and that changes the nature of the device entirely. What does that advanced AI model actually do? According to Apple's announcements, it enables a dramatically more accurate dictation experience, meaning you can speak naturally, with all of your usual pauses, hesitations, and mid-sentence corrections, and the system understands you far better than before. It also enables new options for customizing the Siri voice, giving you more control over how your digital assistant sounds. But those are just the headline features. The deeper implication is that the MacBook Neo 2 becomes Apple's most affordable gateway into genuinely capable on-device AI. And if you have been following the industry at all, you know that on-device AI is where the entire personal computing world is heading.